Hello, my name is Silo Williams. Today I will be speaking about a group that I led. And the group were individuals that for parents that had children with disabilities. I felt like this group was important because a lot of times parents that have children with disabilities, they don't have the opportunity to express how hard it is and the challenges that take place with having children with disabilities. Um, Currently, I work in a field with individuals with disabilities, and I notice the frustration in a lot of parents who don't have the opportunity to meet uh, other individuals and have that support. Sometimes when you have support, it makes the challenge a little bit easier. That's why I decided to do this group. I had the group on at my church. I had it on August the 11th, 2017. I had it at 6:30. I felt 6:30 would be an appropriate time. Um, uh, we had parents who had children with disabilities of all ages, so it wasn't one particular age for each child. The group took, like again, the group took place at the church. It was about 5 to 6 participants. I felt like having a small group was better than a large. Uh, I thought it would be difficult to handle a large group versus a small one, especially it being my first time. Um, I made this an open meeting. When I say open, I mean and anyone could have showed up. I announced it at church that I was going to do this meeting, and but I did say that I wanted at least about 5 or 6 people, and I would let them know how many I had and the cutoff. So I do hope to do this group again because I did end up having at least probably about 8 to 10 people that also wanted to take part in the group. But again, like I said, I want to start off very small, especially with me doing this my first time. Uh, I hand out pamphlets for materials, and I did hand out some notebooks so that people could eventually take notes if they wanted to. I know a lot of time in my profession, a lot of parents say that they don't have resources, and I wanted to give them a list of resources, and they can take notes and apply that to working with their child if need be. I did have everyone in the group to introduce themselves, say something neat about their one talent about their child and one talent about themselves. Because I think that right there would actually break the ice as far as we're not here to um, have a pity party. It's more of a support group and to give them the needs that they need to be successful with raising their child. And so a lot. It was a great group. I felt like it was probably a little bit more easier considering that, like I said, they knew a little bit about each other already because they went to church with each other and they felt comfortable being in a church, so the atmosphere was great. Um, the, I think too the subjects that the things that the parents' main challenge was they were concerned about their child behavior and how to correct it. They were concerned about their child's future and who would take care of them after if something was to happen to them, and their child not being able to take care of themselves. A lot of parents felt that. Some felt that did why did they have children with disabilities? Did they do something wrong? Um, and that was also brought up. Um, um, a lot of parents in this area, because we're in a rural area, don't have that support or resources. And I noticed that my group parents were angry about not having the resources and the limited resources that is here. And that's one of the reasons why I found that having this group was rewarding, and I hope to continue this group. But I hope to do it 2 days, maybe 2 days a week, and one will be open and one will be closed. Um, and that would help me to be able to maybe control the group. I would like to have a co-leader, but once again, like I said, being in a rural area, I think that would take some time, and maybe I could have more participants within the group. Um, One of my challenges was that I felt like my time had ran over. A lot of times when people were speaking, they were very emotional, and I didn't want to cut them off, and I found it very difficult to cut someone off when they're expressing their emotions and needs. So I did find that very difficult to try to cut off the individual. So my meeting was supposed to last 1 hour, which it ended up lasting longer than an hour. And so that's one thing I did find very difficult to have to change. Uh, but it was very. I felt like I did a great job as far as everyone participating and taking part in the group. Um, and one thing I would like to say is to leave. I've always liked working with individuals with disabilities, but I have this quote that I saw too, um, from out of John chapter 9, verse 1 through 3. It says, "As he passed by, he saw a man blind from birth, and his disciples asked him, 'Rabbi, who sinned, this man or his parents, that he was born blind?' Jesus answered, 'It was not that this man sinned, or his parents, but the works of God might be displayed in him.'" And I've always found this to be true. If you actually take the time to spend time with individuals with disabilities, you will realize that you can see the works of God in it. And I say this quote at the end of my group meetings to remind my parents they did nothing wrong, but this is the works of God. And I say this, and thank you for listening to me, and God bless.